Jai Shri Krishna. Janmashtami celebrates the birth of Shri Krishna, the birth of that being who is beyond birth and death. Karshayati iti Krishnaha. Krishna is he or that who attracts. He attracts everyone and everything by his beauty, his power, his grace and his freedom. At Shadapabha, students celebrated this festival by listening to stories of Shri Krishna from the Puranas, by singing folk songs to Krishna, by depicting the times of Shri Krishna through creative art forms, and by making Bilona ghee with their own hands, as was made in the times of Shri Krishna. Through these stories and activities, students connected to Shri Krishna within, his power, his beauty, his grace and his freedom. May we all find Krishna within. Suprabhatam. Okay, which festival are we celebrating? Janmashtami. Can somebody raise your hand and tell me what do we celebrate when we celebrate Janmashtami? Okay, Kripali.
Lord Krishna's birth.
Yeah, the birth of Lord Krishna. And Krishna, who is Krishna? What is Krishna? And where is Krishna? Those are the questions we must ask. So, if we go to the next slide. Today we're going to explore finding Krishna, okay? We're going to find Krishna, but where can we find him? Here is an image of Krishna himself showing where he is. Can somebody look at the image and tell me what exactly is he trying to show? What is Krishna trying to show? Okay, Sonali.
Krishna is everywhere.
He is everywhere. He is everything. And who is he showing this to? This is called the Vishwarup, the cosmic form, the universal form. Who is he showing this form to in this particular painting? Okay, you want to answer? Go ahead.
Arjun.
Exactly, he's showing it to Arjuna. You see him on the chariot. But while he's showing it to Arjuna, or when he's showing it to Arjuna, at the same time, he's also showing it to all of us. Maybe not with that Divya Drishti, but at least in spirit, he's telling all of us, all of humanity, that he is everything. All there is Krishna. But if we have to find him, where would we or where should we find him first? Okay, somebody else. I want everyone to answer at least one question today, okay? Then you'll get your breakfast. Where would we find him first? Where must we look to find him first? Those who have answered, give others a chance now. Okay, Rishi, go ahead.
Inside us.
Inside us, exactly. So for that, we have to turn inside. Our senses, we have how many senses? 5 senses. They're constantly looking outward and we're seeking pleasure outside. When those senses turn inside and look inside, we actually find Krishna. And have you seen images of Krishna playing the flute and calling the gopis or calling the gopas, calling everyone towards him, right? What does that mean? He's attractive. You understand the word attractive? He attracts people. He attracts cows, not just humans. He attracts animals. He attracts gods. He attracts everyone and everything towards him. Watch your own breath. Where does the breath go? Inside. That means the breath is attracted inside. There is some essence, some principle inside to which the breath is attracted. When you fall asleep, where do your senses go? They are drawn inside, right? Why are they drawn inside? Because there is some essence, some tattva, some principle inside which is drawing them. That is Krishna. That is Krishna. Krishna means akarshayati iti Krishna. He or that which attracts everyone and everything is Krishna. He is attractive. How is he attractive? By applying makeup? Then what makes him attractive? His qualities. Okay, so we're going to explore his qualities. What is the main spirit which he embodies? So let's talk about his birth. From his very birth, we find out what makes him attractive. Okay, you see his birth on there are two images here. On the left side, you see his parents. Does anybody know the names of his birth parents? Okay, Pavitra.
Devki and Vasudev.
Yes, Devki and Vasudev. And they give Devki gives birth to Krishna, the eighth child. Okay, and they have been suffering till then. They have been suffering in a prison. Prison means a jail. You see the jail there? Yeah. So his birthplace wasn't a palace or an ashram, right? He wasn't born in a beautiful place. He wasn't born in a bright place. He wasn't born in a luxurious place. He wasn't even born in a comfortable place. He was born in a prison. Who here is born in a prison? No one, okay? We are fortunate that we are not born like this. He was born in a dungeon, a dark place where his parents sometimes weren't even given food. They were ill-treated by Krishna's own maternal uncle, Mama. Okay, what's his name? Everybody tell me. Kans, yeah? So Devki's own brother is torturing them, is persecuting them, and he has put them in a jail so that Krishna doesn't take birth to kill him. But Krishna does take birth. No matter how hard he tried, he wasn't able to avoid the birth of Krishna. So despite challenges, despite obstacles, despite hardships, despite difficulties, Krishna was born. This is what we are celebrating. You understand? So in our life, we will have obstacles, difficulties, hardships, challenges, all kinds of problems. And still, if we persist, there's a word for that you have learned before. If we still persist, you remember the word resilience? Resilience means every time you fall, you come back up. And Krishna takes birth, he's the eighth one. So every time Vasudeva and Devaki deliver, the baby is killed by Kans. And still, they keep on trying and Krishna takes birth. So that shows resilience. Despite the darkness, who is born? The light of all lights. Krishna is all light. You saw in the previous photo, or not a photo but a drawing, you saw him showing his magnificent form, brilliant form, cosmic form, universal form. Was it darkness or light? It was all light. It was the light of all lights. He says, I am the light of all lights. The sun pales in comparison to my light. I am the light of 1,000 suns. Krishna says that. Right? And Arjuna sees that. And what does Arjuna say when he sees that? He says, take this away from me. I cannot bear this. This is too much. It's too much light. Imagine this light is too much for us. Now imagine staring at the sun. Who can do that? No one, right? And imagine staring at 1,000 suns. Not one, not two, not five, not 10, not 100, 1,000 suns. So Arjuna says, take this away from me. I just want to see the normal Krishna, like my charioteer, not this cosmic form. So his cosmic form is all light and he's born in the darkest of places. So even when your life is difficult and challenging, you can still find God. Right? Why? Because God is not in this world. He is inside you. Devaki and Vasudeva did a lot of tapasya. Tapasya, penance. Lot of austerity, penance. Okay, lot of tapas means burning. They performed yoga, not just hatha yoga, but they actually performed meditation, bhakti, gnan, bhakti, kriya, upasana, all the practices for, they say, for lifetimes. And then Krishna was born. So there is grace. Krishna's birth, Krishna's avtaran represents grace, anugraha, kripa. But at the same time, it came after a long period of effort. So there's both effort on your part and grace on the part of God for you to actually see the light, even in the darkest of times. Where did Bhagavad Gita take place? In a forest? In an ashram? In a peaceful setting? On the top of a mountain? Where it's peaceful and quiet? Where was it? Was it in a palace? Where did Krishna speak the Bhagavad Gita? Can somebody tell me? What was the setting of the Bhagavad Gita? Okay, somebody who hasn't answered. Yuktesh?
Mahabharat.
Yes, what was the setting? Absolutely right, Mahabharat. In the Mahabharat, there's the Bhagavad Gita. What was the place in which he spoke in which he showed the cosmic form. He said, "This, look who I am." Where did he show that to? To Arjuna. Okay, pass on to Sonali next week.
In the battlefield.
In the middle of the battlefield, on the brink of a massive civil war, where people are going to fight and kill each other, where there's going to be bloodshed. And still, in the darkest of times, Krishna is showing that he is light. So in the most difficult times in your life, you can still see Krishna. Krishna is never absent. If you want to find Krishna, he's never absent. He's not lost to be found. He's only lost in our vision because we don't have the right understanding. We don't have the right mindset. Does that make sense? Okay. Alright, so he is born in a prison. Now the prison is closed. He tells Vasudev, "You take me to Gokul," right? But the prison is closed. But when he's born and Vasudev picks him up, what happens to the doors of the jail? They open miraculously. They open, and all the guards, the security guards, they fall asleep. All the gates, not one. He was locked in a prison that was, there were chambers, okay? So it was the innermost chamber. So when Krishna was born, all the chambers opened automatically. It wasn't just one jail. It was jail inside a jail, inside a jail, inside a jail, multiple chambers. But as soon as Krishna was born, and Krishna said, "Take me there," all the doors opened. Okay, so there are two concepts here. Jail is, or prison is bondage. And opening of that is, what's the opposite of bondage? Think and guess. You can do it. Opposite of bondage. Now you can, there are a couple of words you can say. Okay, go ahead.
Freedom.
Freedom. Freedom, independence, liberation. Okay, so we're going to actually talk about bondage and freedom. What is bondage? Where is bondage? And what is freedom? And where is freedom? Okay, I'm going to write down these words. You remember them because we're going to talk about this for the whole celebration. Bondage means, do you understand bandhan? Bondage. Jail is bondage. Okay, freedom, look, he's out in the open, in the ocean, in the Yamuna. He's out. Okay, do you see jail in the image on the right? There's jail on this side and that side, he's out in the open. That's called liberation. Freedom, he's free. He's free like a bird. A bird inside a cage, is the bird bound or liberated? A bird inside a cage, is the bird bound or free? Sure? Right? That's bondage. Inside the cage. This is cage. That's outside the cage. Jail is the cage. But where is our cage? That's what we'll discover, okay? Alright, before we go, let me ask you. Krishna had challenges at his birth. As soon as he's born and transported to Gokul, he faced more challenges. His own uncle tried to send monsters, Rakshasas, to kill him. Can somebody tell me the first Rakshasa? Female, Rakshasi.
Putana.
Putana. Okay. Putana comes as his mother. This is a very interesting story. Who knows the story of Putana? Only of hardly anybody. And there is story of Putana's previous life. Who knows story of Putana's previous life? Who was she in a previous life? Okay. So you'll hear some interesting stories. Go to the next slide. Alright, here are three images of Putana. I'll explain to you one by one. So Putana is this Rakshasi. She also descends, just like Krishna descends from infinity to become a finite form and takes avatar, takes birth as a human being. Putana also descends from the skies. She sees Krishna from atop, meaning from the sky. And Kans tells Putana to go and kill Krishna, or kill all the babies actually who are there in Gokul. But the target is Krishna, to kill Krishna. Okay? So she goes and she changes her form into a beautiful form. Rakshasi, otherwise people would recognize that she is a Rakshasi. So she transforms her form into, she becomes a beautiful woman. So she dresses like a human being, she looks like a human being, she wears ornaments, she puts on makeup, natural. Okay? and she walks gracefully, and she goes to the house of Nand and Yashoda, and she says, I want to see your baby. And because she looks beautiful bodily, they all say, okay, she must be a beautiful woman. But there are two kinds of beauty. There's outer beauty and then there is inner beauty. So nobody sees her inner intentions, her evil or her malicious intentions. Malicious means bad intentions. What was her intent to come there? To feed Krishna or to kill Krishna? To kill Krishna. But she came as a woman to feed, breastfeed, just like mothers breastfeed the babies. She came, she said, I am also like a mother, and I feel like your Krishna is so cute. So can I breastfeed him? And so they say, yes, you can. So she goes inside, but Krishna is God. Krishna knows, remember, God is not just omnipresent. He's not just present everywhere, he's also omniscient. What does omniscient mean? I want everyone to be alert, okay? And
He
answer.
knows everything.
He knows everything, including your thoughts. He knows your thoughts also. Other people might not know your thoughts, although other people also sometimes know your thoughts. But even if nobody knows your thought, even if only you know, Krishna knows. Krishna knows everything about everyone. So Krishna sees that although she appears beautiful, right? Appearance is beautiful, her essential nature is malicious. Malicious means intention is not good. Okay, there is appearance, which is what appears to our eye, and then there is the essence of something. So just like there's bondage and liberation, there is appearance and essence. So he says, appearance-wise, she looks beautiful and she wants to feed me. That's what she's showing. In reality, she doesn't want to do that. She wants to kill me. So Krishna also smiles and welcomes her. But Krishna, while sucking the milk, what does he start sucking? He sucks the life out of her. Pran. Okay? He's not just sucking milk. He's sucking, as soon as there's difficulty, she feels pain. She shows her real form. What is her real form? Not a beautiful woman, but a Rakshasi. She shows, so in the first image you see Putana. These are three different ways the artist has depicted. Okay, so when you do your art, remember this, you can represent, you can depict, you can show Krishna and his leelas, his pastimes in many ways. You don't have to copy somebody's art. You have to imagine Krishna, meditate on Krishna, worship Krishna, and do your painting or drawing or whatever, draw and paint Krishna the way you feel Krishna, the way you see Krishna, the way you experience Krishna. So here are three artists showing it in three different ways. Okay, I want you to see the art forms also. The first one is showing Putana as a beautiful woman trying to feed Krishna milk. Okay, in the previous slide, what was the element we saw? Water. Yamuna is water. Water was worshipping Krishna. Here it's milk. So milk, she's trying to feed milk. Krishna recognizes that she looks beautiful, but she's actually a demon. She's a Rakshasi. And so he starts to suck the, not just milk, but life out of her. And the second one, you see that she reveals her true form. It's kind of, imagine this way. Okay, if you try to act in a certain way, but when difficult time comes, what comes out? Your artificial nature, your artificial look, or your real nature? What comes out? Real nature, okay? Your real nature comes out. If you have anger inside you and somebody pushes you, what comes out? Anger. If you are jealous and somebody wins, what comes out? Jealousy. That's all inside you. If you're greedy and you see a lot of food or a lot of money outside, what comes out? Your greed. Okay, so your true nature always comes out when the situation pushes it. It's, imagine this way, I'm holding a cup of coffee and somebody bumps into me. What will fall on my kurta? What will fall? The cup has coffee. What will fall on my cup, on my kurta? Coffee. Okay. If I have lemon juice, what will fall on my kurta? Lemon juice. If I have tea, what will fall on it? Tea. If I have chai, what will fall on my kurta? Chai. You understand? So whatever I have inside me is going to show on my shirt when somebody bumps into me. So when there's a situation like this, Krishna pushes you till your real nature comes out, and her real nature came out as Putana. Make sense? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so she shows, and then everyone knows. Initially only she knew, and who else knew? Krishna. But now Krishna makes it public. Okay? That's what God does. That's what a teacher does. He'll make it public. What only you know and the Guru knows, he'll make it public. So that's that. And then the third slide shows a black Rakshasi, and people are cutting her body because she is too big to, light a funeral pyre for her. So they have to cut her body into pieces. Now when they cut her body, something interesting happens. What comes out of it? Huh? What kind of smell comes out of it? Bad smell or good smell? That's what we would all think, right? Because she had bad intentions. But when they cut her, a fragrance comes out. Why? Can somebody guess? How come a fragrance comes out from her? Somebody who hasn't answered. I want you to think a little bit and answer my question. When they cut her to pieces to burn her, a beautiful fragrance comes out of her body. How? Somebody who hasn't answered. Think, and there can be no wrong answer. Don't worry about wrong answers. Come on, just try it out.
In her previous body, she was a good girl.
Yeah, but in this birth, she wasn't so good. So, come on, think. If you want breakfast, think a little bit. Otherwise, there's nothing to nourish. Why would fragrance come out of her if she's a Rakshasi, and if she had such bad intentions? If she wants to kill that to a baby, that to God, can God be killed? No. So how is fragrance coming out of her body? You already tried. Somebody else. No previous life, this moment, not even previous actions, this action. Try.
Because Krishna drank milk.
Because Krishna touched her. Okay? Because Krishna touched her, and Krishna, I told you, what did he suck out of her? Life. And she had poison in her milk. She came to feed poison, not milk. There was poison on her breast, so he sucked out all the poison. And Krishna is infinite. A drop of poison in an ocean of nectar does nothing. But she was purified of her poison. So when she died, she was pure. That is called Uddhar. God doesn't kill. God cannot be killed and God cannot kill. God only uplifts you. Okay, this is called grace, Uddhar, upliftment. Okay, God comes down, avtaran, and lifts you up. Interesting, isn't it? He comes down to lift you up so that you realize you are God. This is a beautiful function of an avatar. Okay, now her previous life. Okay, so how did Putana become Putana? Not by chance or by accident. Okay, there's something happened. Long time ago, before Krishna's advent, when Vishnu descended as Vaman. Vaman means a dwarf. Okay, a tiny, short person. Let's see his photo. Like this. Okay, he's cute, little baby. Now, when he goes to Bali Maharaj. Okay, why? To take everything from Bali. That's a long story, I'll tell you some other time. But to take everything from Bali, whatever Bali had acquired, by deceitful means. Actually, Bali is an asura. So, the cosmic balance would be off-balanced if asuras get everything and devas have nothing. So, Vishnu is helping them by getting everything back, but he has to use deceitful means. So, he goes as a Vaman, short boy. So, there is, Bali Maharaj has a daughter called, what's the name there? Ratnamala. Say that. Ratnamala. Mala means necklace or garland, and Ratna means jewels. Okay, so she's beautiful, like a jewel. Ratnamala, she's like a garland, like a necklace of pearls. And she sees the boy and she says, oh, how cute. I wish I were his mother. Okay, I want to feed him. So that's the thought that arises. Now, who knows all the thoughts? God, Krishna. Krishna knows all the thoughts of everyone. Now, she says that, she wishes that, she thinks that. And Krishna is a wish fulfilling. Whatever you want, you'll get. Few minutes later, Vaman shows his real form because he asks Bali Maharaj for 3. Bali says, what do you want? He says, I want 3 steps of land. 3 steps. Only 3 steps. You're such a short boy. Dwarf. Okay, you want 3 steps. That's nothing. I have a huge empire, kingdom. Take whatever you want. So before taking the 3 steps, what does he do? He expands into his universal form, and one step, the whole earth is gone. Second step, heavens are lost. And he says, where should I put the third one? Okay. From a dwarf, he becomes the cosmic form. So when he does this, Ratnamala says, this is cheating. He stole my father's kingdom. I want to kill him. So both thoughts, she had both thoughts. One is, I want to love him. And second is, I want to kill him. One is, I want to feed him. Second is, I want to take everything away from him. One is, I wish he were my son. And second is, I wish I want to kill him. Okay? So, nobody knows her thoughts except Krishna. Okay, Krishna knew her thoughts and Krishna says, Tathastu. So be it. So in next lifetime, she is born as Putana, who does both. Feeds Krishna and tries to kill Krishna. When she breastfeeds him, she acts like his mother. And when she tries to kill him, she acts like his enemy. Got it? What does this show us? What must we be careful about? Putana, or as Ratnamala, she was not as careful as she could have been. And Krishna saw all that. He sensed all that. He knows all that. He knew all of that. That's why her wishes got fulfilled, but in a way which you would have never imagined. So what must we be careful about? Okay. Abhay, try something. Give him the mic. What must we be careful about? Something we do all day long.
Thinking.
Thinking. Thinking, we must be careful about the thoughts we have. Okay, because each thought actually gets fulfilled by Krishna. You want it, you will get it. But imagine, think twice before you wish for something, before you want something. Is this the kind of wish you must have? When you're in front of God, and we're all always in front of God, when you can wish anything and everything, when you can wish God Himself, why would you wish to kill God or just to feed God? That's it. That's all you wished for, and her wishes got fulfilled. And she became Putana. So she's both beautiful and ugly. She's both a mother and a demon. She's both a life giver and a life taker. Breastfeeding, feeding a baby is giving life, but killing somebody is taking life. She's doing both at the same time. It's the merging of opposites. Both opposites merge in her because God fulfilled her desires, her wishes, her wants, her sankalpa. So every sankalpa or vikalpa, intention or thought that you have actually gets fulfilled. So how careful must we be? How careful must we be? Must we be careless about what we think, or must we be mindful about what we think? Who says we must be careful about our thoughts? That we will be careful about our thoughts from now on. Okay, few hands are going up slowly. Everybody's looking here and there. Who agrees that we must be careful about what we think? Can we think anything we want, Rishi? Can we think anything we want? Why? What will happen if we think whatever we want to think? One day it will actually become reality. Okay, what you think. Like let's say you enjoy some sweet and you say, oh, I want to eat this all day. I want to eat this all my life. Next lifetime you might be a fly hovering around sweets. And that's not somebody else doing it. You asked for it. What did you say? I want to eat this all the time. So, okay, eat it now. As a fly, you can eat all. I want to sleep all day long. Next lifetime, you might be a buffalo, sleeping on the road. Okay? I don't want to be disturbed. Nobody will disturb you. Cars will just go around you. You understand? So each thought is going to become a reality. Imagine that. Why? Because Krishna is real. Krishna makes your thoughts real. Okay? Alright, next. Okay, so first was water, Yamuna. Second was milk, Putana, and third is butter. How is butter made? You see this here? It's made by this process called churning. Okay, so it comes from, we'll learn about it later. This one, what did we learn in the second one? Milk is the source. From milk comes butter, and it comes from churning. So you have to put forth effort. Okay, like chandan. Do you just get chandan like that, or do you have to put forth effort? Effort. You have to rub it. In the same way, you remember Samudra Manthan? Who remembers Samudra Manthan? Atharva, you remember Samudra Manthan? Same process. Okay, churning. Process of churning. So after a lot of churning, you get a little bit of butter. Who wants to churn this? Okay, so first you will have to answer my questions and try to understand the process. If you'll get a chance, whoever answers my question will get a chance. Okay, butter comes out after a lot of hard work. After a lot of hard work, you get a little bit of butter. Now Krishna goes and steals that butter. How does that make other people feel? And sad and angry. They get angry that why are you stealing our butter? But he says, why are you hoarding your butter? You must share your butter with everyone. You have worked hard, share the result of your hard work. Right? When we work hard, we get a result, we get a fruit. We enjoy the fruit. But Krishna is saying, whatever you get after your hard work, share that with everyone. So when he steals butter, he's not stealing butter. He's taking the butter and giving it to his friends and telling the gopis, the cowherds, the women of Gokul that share whatever you get out of your hard work. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes, sharing. Sharing is the message of Krishna. Share whatever you have. Even if you have done the hard work, that's okay. Share the fruits with other people. Okay? Then everyone will benefit. So, and he breaks the pots. Like, see this pot here? Imagine it takes so much effort to build a pot. Pot is the symbol of civilization. Pot is a symbol of culture. Why? When you go to drink water, imagine you're thirsty. Every time you're thirsty, you have to go to a lake or a river or a stream or an ocean or a sea. What happens near a water body? Imagine early humans, when they went to drink water near a stream, or even now, all the animals that go near a stream, why are they scared? If a deer goes to drink water, who else is there?
Lion.
Other animals that can eat the deer. Okay, there's crocodile inside the water. The other ferocious predators around that can kill you. So going to a water body is dangerous. So what did humans invent? A pot. You go once, you fill the pot with water and you come back home. So pot is a symbol of civilization. Pot is a symbol of what you must do, what you must not do. Culture, right? Not nature but culture. Not Prakriti but Sanskriti. And what does Krishna do? Krishna breaks the pot. So that, what does that mean? He's breaking your mindset, okay, your closed mindset, your ideas about who you are. You think, oh, I cannot do this, I'm not worthy, I'm a failure. These ideas Krishna breaks when he breaks the pot. Pot is a closed space, okay, closed space. When you break the pot, there is open space. So when he breaks the pot, he's breaking your mindset. He's making you open, free. Remember bondage and liberation? When he breaks the pot, this means pot. Okay, this is a pot, and here the pot is broken. So now this is broken pot, okay, this is open. This is liberation, this is bondage. This is your mind. And this is without a mind, without any closed mind. This is a closed mind, this is an open mind. So you can welcome ideas from all directions. You can create new possibilities, new solutions. You can be creative. In art, what helps? A closed mind or an open mind? Open mind, because you have to be creative. In science, what helps? Closed mind or an open mind? Open mind. And in any field, if you don't have an open mind, if you don't have a creative mind, if you don't have a mind that can ask questions, that can think outside the box, you cannot solve problems. So Krishna, that's his grace. His grace helps you open your mind. Okay? When you cry, complain, fight, and what else? What else do you do? Get angry, get jealous, get greedy. These are all ideas that arise in a pot, in a closed mind. The moment the pot is broken, there is no desire, anger, greed, jealousy, attachment, pride. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsya. Remember the 6 enemies? They no longer bind you. They actually free you because your focus is no longer myself. The focus becomes who? Who are we talking about? Krishna. Who are we talking about? Krishna. Okay. The energy to speak you get from Krishna. The energy to hear you get from Krishna. New ideas you get from Krishna. Okay. All that you see, all new ideas, new inspirations, creative ideas, all that comes from Krishna. But for that you have to have an open mind, for Krishna to enter you and inspire you. Okay, next. This is meditation on Krishna. So we'll end with this. This is Markandeya. Okay, you remember Markandeya from Shivratri? He is one of the Chiranjeevis, means he is eternal. He lives forever. Okay, now if he was doing his Sandhya, what is Sandhya? That evening worship, morning evening worship. And when he was doing his Sandhya, he gets a vision. He actually sees it in front of his eyes. The whole world is dissolving. The whole world is dying. Okay, everybody is drowning in water. We are back to water. We start with water, then milk, then butter, back to water. Everything and everyone is drowning in water. But he is still afloat. He is still alive. He is swimming. You see that? That's Markandeya swimming. And what does he see? When everything is destroyed, he sees a baby Krishna. You see that? Can you see him? Blue baby Krishna. Is he crying? No. What is he doing? He's happy, he's smiling, he's playing. Okay, and he's on a banyan leaf. Banyan tree lasts for a long time, 200, 300, 400 years. So banyan represents eternal principle, that which doesn't die. It's a symbol of eternity. On a banyan leaf, Krishna is playing, laughing, smiling, and he's sucking his toe. He's wondering, everybody touches my feet. How sweet must my feet be? Let me taste. Okay, that's his natural dessert, his own foot. So he tastes his own foot, and Markandeya says, my God, who is he? As soon as he thinks that, Krishna breathes and Markandeya goes inside his body. And inside his body, what does he see? Everything, the whole universe that had drowned in the deluge, in the flood. He sees the whole universe inside Krishna's body, including himself. He sees a hut, he sees Markandeya praying, doing Sandhya. Then Krishna breathes out, he comes back out, and Markandeya says, who are you? You must be Krishna, you must be eternal, you must be infinite. And Krishna says, I am very pleased with your Sandhya, your worship. Ask for something. He says, once I have seen you, I don't need anything. Because everything gets destroyed. I have seen it with my own eyes. Everything gets destroyed, everything gets killed, everything finishes as an expiration date, except for you, Krishna. So I don't want anything. But if you want to show me something, show me your Maya, show me your illusion. So he says, okay. So Krishna blinks his eye and Markandeya is back to his hut doing his Sandhya and nothing has happened. There's no flood, there's no Krishna, there's no inside and outside. It's just as it is. Nothing has been destroyed. And Markandeya realizes this is the magic of Krishna. He realizes Krishna can do anything and everything. Krishna is infinite. Krishna is omnipotent. What else? Krishna is omniscient and omnipresent. Say those 3 words again. Omnipotent. You understand? Omnipotent means what? He is all powerful. Omniscient means what? He knows everything. And omnipresent means? He's everywhere. He realizes this is Krishna. Okay, this is Krishna. He's the attractive one. He attracts everyone because of his infinite nature. Nothing can happen to him. No one can kill him. And he cannot kill anyone. In fact, he is everything. Okay, this is the real essence of Janmashtami. Now, what do people do on Janmashtami? Maybe they break pots, they play a little bit. And you know what they play? You want to see what they play? Go to the next slide. This, playing cards. Teen Patti, right? They play Teen Patti on Janmashtami. All night long. They stay up all night and they play cards. Is this the essence of Janmashtami? Is this what Janmashtami is all about? Playing cards? They say because Krishna is Leela Avatar, Krishna also plays, so we will also play. What will we play? Cards. All night. We'll stay up and play cards. Is this what Janmashtami is all about? What is Janmashtami about? It's about meditating on Krishna, right? Go back to that, we'll finish with that meditation. So here, let me explain. Kayaya vindena padaya vinda. Arvind means lotus. Okay, lotus. So his hands are like, lotus is a symbol of Shada Prabha. And so is the sun. So Krishna is both sun and lotus. Okay, lotus means blossoming, expansion, infinity, multiplicity, diversity. It's opening up. Okay, so his hands are like, everyone say it. Krishna's hands are like, and Padaya Vinda, his feet are like Arvinda. Lotus, his feet are like, and Mukhaya Vinda, his mouth is like, so it's take lotus. I say lotus. He takes his foot with his hand and puts it in his mouth. His hand is like lotus, his foot is like lotus, his mouth is also like lotus. He is all lotus, meaning he is all expansion, he is all infinity. Viniveshayantam, he puts it in his mouth. Vatasya patasya puteshayanam, he is sitting or sleeping, he is enjoying, the whole world is dissolving, he doesn't care. Because nothing is dissolving, nothing is dying, it's all going inside him. So he's sleeping, he's enjoying, he's playing, not cards, not teen patti. He's playing with his own foot, he's playing with himself without any toys. Does he have toys? He's still not crying. Without toys, he's not crying, he's not complaining. Because he has everything, his foot is everything. Okay, he's on a banyan leaf. He just has one leaf. You have so many trees here, so many leaves, infinite leaves. He has one leaf and still he's laughing and smiling. So he's sleeping on a banyan leaf. Balam Mukundam. That Bala Mukundam, that Bala Krishna. Not Krishna as the cosmic form, that Bala Mukundam. Okay, baby Krishna. Manasa Smayami. With my mind, I remember him, I worship him, I meditate on him. So we'll chant this verse. I'll chant first, you chant after me. And then in your mind, meditate on who? Bala Krishna. Meditate on who? What is this color? Blue, bluish, blackish. And what is this, how is this nature? Bound or free? Finite or infinite? Mortal or immortal? Impermanent or permanent? Impermanent or permanent? Or transient or eternal? Eternal, okay. Eternal, permanent, immortal, infinite, pure, open like the sky, like the ocean. No limits, no boundaries, no bounds, no limitations, nothing. He is pure and he is happy. He is peaceful, he is joyous, he is Ananda. Okay, so that is Bala Krishna. That is what exists inside us. That is what we are actually. That is our true nature. When we meditate on him, we actually find him attracting us inside. We don't have to find Krishna, he attracts us inside. And then we see who we are. We are no different than Bala Krishna. Is there anything different from Krishna? Other than Krishna? Cannot be, because he is the reality of this universe. Does that make sense? That's how you celebrate which festival? Janmashtami. Not by playing Teen Patti. Okay? Alright, let's try it. Kaya vindena padaya vindam Mukhaya vinde viniveshayantam Vatasya patasya puteshayanam Balam mukundam manasa smayami Balam mukundam manasa smayami Govinda damodaya madhaveti Govinda damodaya madhaveti Govinda damodaya madhaveti.
Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. So we offer salutations to Lord Shri Krishna. What are we celebrating? Janmashtami. What is it? Very good. Yeah, it's the birth of Lord Krishna. And you've heard stories about Lord Krishna, haven't you? Yes? So what did he steal? Makkhan, butter, right? So this shows the importance of butter. Butter, milk, ghee, they all nourish our body, right? So, and where does the butter come from? Yes? From curd, very good. And where does the curd come from? Milk. And where does the milk come from? Cow. Okay, and where is the cow? Goshala. Okay. So the cow, she's our mother, right? Because she gives us milk, isn't it? So she's Gomata. And so remember we went to the goshala last time and we saw the cows, we saw the Gomata. So the Gomata, she's a Desi cow. Do you understand? Remember? So what does she have here? Gal kambal, very good. So she has this flap of skin that hangs from her neck. So she's a Desi Gomata. And so we get milk from the Desi cow, that is the Desi Gomata. And then how do we make curd? Does anyone know how to make curd? But how do you make it from milk? So there's a procedure. Okay, so have you seen God? You've seen God? No? Yes, where have you seen him? In the temple. Inside, you've seen him? How does he look? He looks beautiful? Okay. So, so we're not talking about the image in the temple that we have seen, but to actually experience him within. Right? You all know that God is there everywhere. He's within us, outside of us, everywhere. But to experience him, to actually feel him, we need to go through a certain procedure, right? So, in the same way, if I give you a glass of milk, can you see ghee inside the milk? No. So, to make that ghee manifest, you need to put it through a certain procedure. So, first the milk is converted into curd. Then the curd is converted into butter. And the butter is converted into ghee. Very good. So, first you heat the milk. So, the Gomata gives us milk. We bring the milk home and we boil it. Okay? So, the Gomata is, she's the only one prani or being, creature whose milk we can consume directly. And that's called dharoshna dugdha. Dharoshna. Dhara aati hai na? There's a stream of milk. Have you seen the cow being milked? Yes? So that is a dhara or a stream of milk. So ushna means hot. It's slightly warm. Have you ever touched milk from the cow? It's slightly warm, like our bodies are warm, right? So that milk is called dharoshna dugdha. Dhara, ushna, dugdha. So dhara is stream, ushna is hot, very good. And dugdha is milk. So that can be drunk like that. But if you keep it for a long time, then it has to be boiled. If you don't drink it directly. And all other animals, the milk that they give us, it always has to be boiled. The cow is the only animal where you can actually have the milk directly. So we bring the milk home, we boil it. Have you seen milk being boiled? Yes. So once it comes to a boiling temperature, it starts rising up. And then if you don't turn off the gas, what will happen? Yeah, it will boil over, it will spill, right? So you have to turn the gas. So now you have to put something in the milk to turn it into curd. So what do you add into the milk to turn it into curd? Milk to curd. Yeah, you can add chas, you can add buttermilk, or you can just add a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of curd itself. So it's called the starter, right? Something that is starting the process of converting the milk to curd. Okay, so you have a pot of milk, you've boiled it, and now it's boiling hot. So you cannot add the curd to the boiling hot milk. If you add that 1 teaspoon curd to boiling hot milk, what will happen? It will melt. No. It's heating and the flame is on and it's boiling hot, and you add 1 teaspoon of curd and you stir it. The milk will separate into casein and whey. That is, it will curdle and you will get paneer or cheese, cottage cheese, and whey water. We did that procedure, remember? Yes? We did it with, what did we do it with? With papaya. So the papaya, instead of curd, we used papaya. Remember that? So you cannot add it to hot water. Otherwise, you will get cottage cheese, that's paneer and whey water. That we don't want that. We want curd. So you have to let it cool down. After you have boiled it, you have to let it cool down, but it should not become completely cold. It should be slightly warm. How warm? That if you take a drop and put it on the back of your hand, it should feel warm, but it should not burn your hand. Right? Have you seen sometimes when little babies are being fed bottled milk or something, the mother checks it on the back of her palm to see if the temperature is right, isn't it? So in the same way, you just check the temperature. It should be warm, not very cold, and it should. So we call it lukewarm. So at that's the right temperature. If you put it in boiling hot milk, it will curdle and separate into paneer, that is cheese, and water. So we add it to lukewarm milk. You need a tiny bit. So say for like a pot like this, if you're making, if you have a pot of milk, so for this much you just need 1 teaspoon of curd. So you check the temperature and then you add it and stir it. Stir it well and then just leave it. Where do you leave it? Fridge? Anyone else? It was hung up. Yeah, that is when the makkhan or the butter was already prepared. I am talking about curd. So we are making curd from milk. So you have to keep it in a warm place. You cannot keep it in the fridge. Otherwise, it will not form curd. Right? Remember that this is not curd, this is milk. And so we are adding 1 teaspoon of curd to milk, stirring it, and then you don't disturb it after that. If you keep looking and if you keep stirring, it will not form curd. So you keep it in a warm place. Okay? So you can keep it in the kitchen because the kitchen is usually warm, right? In winters, you know what my grandmother used to do? She used to take a blanket or a shawl and wrap it around the pot. So then it stays warm because in winters it's cold, and if the temperature outside is cold, then it will not form curd. Okay? So in summers, the curd can be formed within even 4 hours or 3-4 hours, and if in winter sometimes it would take 24 hours for the curd to set because the temperature was low. So then you keep it in a closed place. Okay? So then you leave it undisturbed, don't touch it till the curd forms. So the next day when you open the pot, it has set and it's become like a semi-solid. Okay? And then if you put your spoon in it, you can get 1 spoon of curd. So it's similar to the starter that we put. Correct? So now milk has been transformed to curd. The next step, we are going to make butter from curd. So that is what we are going to do now. So we already have curd in this, and we have to add water to it and then churn it. Okay? So you see that big pot there, and that's the traditional way the butter was made, and this is called the Bilona process, right? So हम उसको बिलोते हैं, right? So this is Bilona. So the method is called Bilona method, and this is the correct method of making ghee. Nowadays, many dairies, they don't make ghee by this process. They simply take the milk. So do you know that milk contains cream? Do you know milk contains cream? Yes? So have you seen a packet of milk? It says low fat milk or 2% fat or 1% fat. Have you seen that? Have you ever read the packet? Yes? So it contains fat. So if you boil the milk and leave it in the fridge, what happens? What do you see on top? Malai, yes, that's a cream. Okay, so when it becomes cold, it separates. Okay, so if you want this separation to be even faster and quicker and more complete, so what do the big dairies do? They take the milk and they cool it and then they centrifuge it. Do you understand what is centrifugation? No? So centrifuge is a machine which churns the milk in a fast, at a fast speed in one direction. Right? Have you seen some machine like this at home which churns, which goes round and round fast? Which machine at home? Excellent, washing machine. So the washing machine, what does it do? So that's centrifugation. Okay, it's going round and round. So the water separates out. What does it do? In the spinner, when you dry the clothes, it centrifuges like that and it separates the water. So whatever is light comes on top and whatever is heavy goes, where does it go? Yeah, it goes at the bottom and on the sides, right? So similarly, we have a centrifuge in labs, in laboratories where we check blood samples. So the blood has a thick part, that is, it has the cells and it has a plasma, it has a liquid part. So it is centrifuged. The blood sample in the tube is placed in the centrifuge and it is rotated like that. And then what happens? All the blood cells settle down at the bottom. So what color is blood? Red. So all the red, that is red blood cells, and all the cells, they settle down at the bottom. And so you have a red part at the bottom. And what do you have on top? No, not water. It's called the plasma, right? So that's slight pale yellow, or not yellow, like straw colored. Okay? So it's a transparent or a translucent kind of liquid on top, and all the redness settles down at the bottom. So that's another use of a centrifuge. So I have seen dairies where they have washing machines, and what do they put in the washing machine? No, in a dairy. You know what a dairy is? Dairy is a place which sells milk and milk products. So what are the milk products? Milk, cream, paneer, that's cottage cheese, buttermilk, butter, ghee, right? So that place is called a dairy. So when I was little, it was near our house and we had this, the dairy had a big washing machine. So the first time I went there, I thought, what are they doing with a washing machine in the dairy? Are they washing clothes? And then I peeped inside. And what did I see? There was milk inside. And the whole washing machine was filled with milk. And then they switched it on. And it was like a centrifuge. It went round and round and round. And after some time, all the cream came up on top. So there was a thick layer of cream on top. And the milk settled at the bottom. And then the shop owner, he took out the cream and he separated the cream from the milk. So then what did he do? He took that cream and he put it in a pot and he turned on the gas. So what happened? Well, what happens if you start heating the cream? Have you seen cream on top of cakes? Yes? So if you take it and heat it, what will happen? What do you think will happen? Yes, it will melt, right? And then it becomes like oily. It no longer retains its consistency and color, like it no longer remains white and fluffy. It melts, it becomes like ghee. And so you keep heating, stirring, and then all the water evaporates. And finally, you are left with ghee. So this method of preparing ghee by heating the cream is not the correct method. So what is the traditional method that we are going to study today? The Bilona method. So you have to take milk, and what do you make out of the milk? No, before butter? Curd, yes. And then from the curd you make butter. So today that is the process we are going to do. So we've taken curd. Now what are we going to add to the curd to make butter? Any guess? Yes, we're going to add water to it, right? And what kind of water will we add? Will we add boiling hot water or lukewarm water or room temperature or maybe slightly cold water? What do you think will be good? Warm? Any other guesses? Cold. Who's saying cold? Why do you think we add cold water? Tell me, your answer is correct. We add cold water, but why?
Medium.
No, no, it's not medium, it's cold. So why do we add cold water? See, we want to separate the butter, correct? And if the water is hot, what will happen to the butter in hot water? It will melt. So how will you separate it? Isn't it? So we want to separate it, and so we will add cold water. So if we can get the cold water. So I'll demonstrate here, and then we can form later on. First you watch me, and then later on you can all do this procedure yourself. So we have some very cold water here, and we can get some more room temperature water. So here I have ice here. Can you see this? Can you see the ice? Yes, okay. So I'm going to add this ice cold water to this. So it becomes cold. I'll add some more water, and then I need a churner. So we are going to use, so this Bilona here that you see, the traditional method, many people don't have it at home these days. You have one like this at home? No. So do you have this at home? Yes. So this, what is this made of? Wood. And what does the motor have? If you have a mixie or a churner at home, a hand blender, the electrical one, what is that made of? Metal, steel, right? The electrical one. So is this better or that better? This is better because this is wood. And so if I use this method, what is this called? Churning. What else did you learn churning in? Samudra Manthan, right? You churned the ocean. Did you churn the ocean? Yes, you churned the ocean. What did you get out of it? Poison. Yes, okay, good. Very good. So we are going to churn. So here, is it like centrifugation? Is it centrifuge? Centrifuge, it just goes round, 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 fast like that, like a washing machine. This is not this. So it goes clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise, correct? And is it as fast as a washing machine? Can you make it as fast? No, right? So will it generate as much heat as the washing machine or the electrical blender does? Will it become that hot? No. So this is the healthier version, because at such high temperatures, the antioxidants, that's the healthy products, are lost. Okay? So this is the better method, and so we will put this and then we do this. So we can chant some Krishna Bhajan. Do you know any Krishna dhun? Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murare. Okay? So that, and we will pray to Lord Krishna so that we can obtain the butter. Okay? So let's chant.
Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murare, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayan